Alright, so please make sure that you have your note sheet out. That is Notes Objective 2. We've already done notes on all three of these. We've done notes on Learning Target 5. And now we are talking about Learning Target 6. So please make sure that you're turned over to the back on Learning Target 6. Just want to warn you that you are going to want to pause this video at certain spots to copy stuff down because I'm not going to provide you with the time for that in the video. So please pause it right now and read this top part if you haven't already read it. All right, so let's talk about this graphing and inequality, right? You're going to have dotted lines and solid lines. The dotted are when it does not have the or equal to, and the solid are when it does have the or equal to. You also need to talk about shading, and you always, when y is greater than, you're going to shade above. And you can read that there. When y is less than, you're going to shade below the line. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the first one right here. The first one is y is less than 3x minus 4. All right, if you read this up here, graph an inequality the same way you would graph a normal equation, except, so for this first equation right here, I've already got this in the calculator, so you might want to pause it and copy the table down, all right, or put it in your calculator and get the table. But this is the table for this one right here. All you want to do is plot those points. I've already got them plotted right here on my graph, and you can see with the negative 2, negative 10, and so forth. So we've got our points right there. Okay. And then now I know, since it's not equal to, that it's got to be a dashed line. So I'm going to make this a dashed line through my points here and just put an arrow at the end. So that's the first part, dashed. The next part is to make sure that we understand how to how to shade. All right, I'm going to show you on my other calculator here that I have it shaded for you. If you go up here and you go into here, you can see that I've changed the equal sign to a less than sign to match that. So all you do is, after you get your coordinates to plot the points, then go back to your, hit tab and press up to get to this inequality, and change the equal sign to match to be the less than sign, and you can see that it's shaded below. All right, so we're just going to shade this right here. Okay, you might want to pause that for a second so that you can think about the next one, but we're going to go ahead and move on. For the next one, these are the coordinates. I'm sorry, here we go. These are the coordinates if you put it into your graphing calculator to get it as an equation, right? So get these coordinates and then plot some of the points. And we know that since it's or equal to, because of the line right there, that this is going to be a solid line here through those coordinates. Then the next thing we need to do is, do we shade above or do we shade below? If you remember, this is going to be a shade above, right? But let's look at that graph right here. All right, if I hit tab and I go up to my inequality, I just change that equal sign to a greater than or equal to sign so that it will actually show me how it's shaded here, right? And you can see it is shaded above. Okay. Right, you might want to pause that for a second because we're going to head right on to the next one. Next one in the lower left. Right, as you can see, I've got these points all right here from this equation right here. You might want to pause it and put that in your calculator and see that you can get those to match up. And then we've got these plotted on here. We look at this, it's not equal to, so it is going to be a dashed line through there because it does not include the line. All right, it's solid because when it includes the line. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to say, all right, what do we shade it above or do we shade it below? Okay, because it's got the x, y is greater than, we want to shade it above on the top side. So that is going to be this side right here, but let's look at that right here. Right here we have the inequality again. If I hit tab, I go up to this, and I change the equal sign to the greater than sign, then I can see it right there. Okay? And so it is shaded above. All Alright, the next one that we're going to look at right here is the last one. Put that in your calculator and you should get a table like this. If you notice, I only have 3 points plotted because I'm not going to plot these decimals because it's really hard to kind of see where they're at. So I just plotted the -4, -2, 0, -3, and 4, -4. Okay? Since it is an or equal to, it does have the or equal to there, then it is a solid line through there. Put the arrows at the end. And now let's talk about shading. For shading, we are going to shade this one on the bottom because